Let me tell you something that'll rattle your soul if you've got any spark left in you. You are the problem, and you are the solution. Most of you don't even realize you're in a cage 'cause the bars are made of comfort and the door was never locked. You sit there scrolling through your feet, watching men win, watching power get built, empires rise, money move, women follow, and somewhere deep down, something in you stirs. That's your real self, buried under years of excuses and weakness, screaming to be let out. But instead of listening, what do? You silence it with cheap dopamine. You bury it with food, video games, porn, entertainment, sleep, and you call it a break. You call it self-care. No, it's self-betrayal. You don't lack time. You don't lack motivation. You lack self-respect. You don't believe you're worthy of greatness, so you don't chase it. And the truth is, most people around you want you to stay small. Your friends don't want you rich, 'cause it reminds them they're poor. Your girl doesn't want you too focused, 'cause it reminds her she's not enough to distract you. Even your family will throw doubt at you when you try to evolve, because your growth exposes their stagnation. And what do? You shrink, you conform, you dim your light to make everyone else comfortable. Then wonder why you're depressed. You wonder why you don't feel alive anymore. It's because you chose to kill the most dangerous, powerful version of yourself before you ever got the chance to breathe. There's something inside you, call it spirit, fire, DNA, whatever, that is starving for challenge, starving for pressure. You don't grow in safe environments. You don't unlock anything when life is easy. Diamonds form under pressure. Legends are born in chaos. But here you are, avoiding all discomfort like it's death, when in reality, discomfort is the key to your evolution. Every hard thing you avoid is the very thing that's meant to unlock the next level of you. You can't pray for strength and then cuss the weight. That's not how this works. You either suffer voluntarily now or suffer involuntarily for the rest of your life. Your potential doesn't knock twice. And listen, I'm not here to beat you down. I'm not yelling at you because I hate you. I'm yelling because I know you got more in you, and no one else in your life is man enough to say it. I don't care what mistakes you've made. I don't care how far you've fallen. Every great man had his moment of weakness. But what made him great is he didn't stay there. He didn't accept that rock bottom was home and use it as a launch pad. You've still got time. You've still got air in your lungs, blood in your veins, and a chance to rewrite the script, but that window is closing. Life won't wait for you to feel ready. The world is ruthless to the passive and generous to the relentless. What you need is not more advice. You don't need another motivational video or morning routine. You need to remember who you were before the world told you to play small, before society softened you, before weakness became trendy. There was a time, maybe as a kid, maybe as a teenager, when you had ambition that could burn a hole through steel. You wanted to conquer the world, and somewhere along the way, they drained that from you. School taught you obedience, not dominance. Friends taught you sarcasm, not loyalty. Social media taught you envy, not strategy. But deep inside, that beast is still alive, is not dead, just buried, starved, beaten down, waiting for you to wake up and choose violence against your old self. To say enough is enough. No more hiding, no more fear. No more pretending I'm not built for more. You're not stuck. You've just been stagnant. Your muscles have atrophied. Your ambition's been neglected. but you can come back. And when you come back with rage in your soul and purpose in your heart, the world moves out of your way, not because it wants to, but because it has to. Power doesn't ask for permission. It commands respect. And when you step into your real potential, people will feel it before you even speak. Doors will open, opportunities will unfold, and the man you're meant to be will stop hating you and finally shake your hand. I remember sitting in a cold apartment, lights off, heat barely working, staring at the ceiling, wondering if this was it. Not because I was broke, but because I was lost. I didn't know who the hell I was anymore. The hunger was still there, but the direction was gone. I had been knocked down, betrayed, ridiculed, and pushed to the edge more times than I could count. I had every reason to quit, every excuse in the world to stay down. And I thought for a split second, maybe this life isn't meant for me. Maybe I'm just not one of the chosen ones. But then, something flipped in my mind. A rage that came from somewhere primal, somewhere ancient. Not the kind of rage that lashes out at the world. The kind that turns inward and says, I'm done being average. I'm done letting this world beat me. I'm going to war. That moment didn't come with music. No crowd, no camera, just me and my mind. And that's how it always begins. You don't wake up successful. You wake up broken and decide you're not staying there. You don't need a support group when you become the support. You don't wait for someone to tell you you're capable. You look in the mirror, see a man you barely recognize, and decide to resurrect the one you were born to be. You don't need therapy when you have clarity. You don't need motivation when you have purpose. And your purpose will never show up while you're sitting in comfort. You find it in pain. You discover it in isolation. And once you've felt what it means to be truly alone with your own failures, then and only then can you build something real. The world didn't give me anything. Nobody handed me success. Nobody said, hey, Tate, you deserve this life. What I had was my mind, my focus, and the unshakable belief that no one was coming to save me. And that was a gift. You think you're cursed because no one helps you? I promise you, you're blessed because when you build it yourself, brick by brick, you become a man that can never be broken again. You stop needing validation. You stop seeking applause. You stop fearing failure because you've already felt rock bottom and you're still breathing. Most people live so soft, they never even meet the real version of themselves. They wear masks. They lie to themselves. They cling to mediocrity and call it balance. That's not life. That's survival. That's the slow death of a man who once dreamed. You think this life is about being liked, about fitting in? Number, it's about dominating your space, owning your decisions, and being proud of the man you see every morning. I had to learn that through betrayal, through watching fake friends disappear the moment things got tough, through losing money, respect, relationships, and still pushing forward. Like none of it fazed me, and that's what I need you to understand. You'll be tested. Life will break you to see if you're serious. It'll whisper every doubt into your ear and ask you, are you really built for this? Most of you fold. But the few who don't, they rise. They build legacies. They become unavoidable. There's no secret. There's no hack. There's only you versus the excuses you've been recycling for years. And I get it. You've been hurt. You've been let down. You've failed. But so what? Everyone has. That's not your curse. That's your curriculum. Those lessons weren't to punish you. They were to shape you, to sharpen your mind, to strengthen your heart. Every scar is a weapon if you know how to wield it. Every loss is a lesson if you stop crying long enough to understand it. You're not a victim. You're a man, and a man doesn't beg for mercy. He creates opportunity where none exists. He carves his path with bloody hands and a clear mind. If I made it out of that dark room with no blueprint, no help, no hope, then what's your excuse? If I can turn that rage into discipline, that hunger into strategy, that pain into dominance, then so can you. But you have to stop flirting with the idea and marry the process. Stop treating your goals like side projects. You either go all in or stay out of the game. Success doesn't respond to half-hearted energy. You don't try to win. You either win or you don't. That's life. And once you stop lying to yourself, once you confront the fact that you've been playing small, that's when things shift. That's when you stop being a boy chasing dreams and become a man creating reality. 'Cause in the end, no one's coming. And that's not a tragedy. That's your greatest freedom. The pen is in your hand, the clock is ticking, and the only question that matters now is, are you going to write your legacy or just read someone else's? You know what keeps me sharp, what keeps me dangerous. It's not luxury, it's not the money, it's not even the power. It's the awareness that time is closing in, that every single second is being stolen. Every breath you take is one closer to your last. And while you're distracted by dopamine, by fake friends, by pointless entertainment, there's a man out there getting sharper, stronger, faster, and he's coming for everything you thought you had time to achieve. That's the reality. This world doesn't reward potential. It rewards execution, and the clock doesn't care about your mood, your excuses, your mental health days. Time is merciless. The question is, are you moving with urgency or are you coasting on delusion? You want to talk about fear? Here's real fear. Waking up 5 years from now in the exact same place, same routine, same weak bank account, same soft body, same mental fog. That moment when you realize the world didn't ruin you, you did it to yourself. You wasted time. You ignored the signs. You traded growth for comfort and called it balance. That's fear. That's what should keep you awake, because mediocrity isn't some ghost hiding in the shadow. It's right there in your habits, in the way you sleep in, the way you skip the gym, and how you lie to yourself every day with, "I'll start tomorrow." That's not a delay. That's self-destruction in disguise. You're not waiting. You're decaying slowly, quietly, until one day it's too late. And let me tell you something. No one's going to mourn your wasted potential. The world moves on. Success doesn't care that you had it rough. Winners are too busy winning to notice who's still sitting on the bench. That's why I live like the walls are closing in, because they are. That's what keeps me on edge. I treat every morning like it's a final chance to leave my mark, because I've seen how fast it can all disappear. I've seen men with talent lose it all because they were soft, because they believed they had time, because they bought into the lie that life will wait. It doesn't. Life punishes hesitation. It rewards precision. You don't get what you deserve. You get what you demand. But here's the twist. This isn't a death sentence. It's a wake-up call. That fear you feel right now in your chest, that tightness, that sick realization that you've been wasting your life, that's not weakness. That's power. That's the raw truth cutting through the noise. That's your mind trying to shake you out of the trance. You're not broken. You're buried. Beneath the laziness, the fear, the comfort, there's still a killer in there. A warrior, a focused machine who hasn't forgotten how to move, how to build, how to dominate. You've just been letting the coward run the show for too long, and the coward always wants the easy way out. But the man you're meant to be, he doesn't care how he feels. He executes regardless. FOMO isn't some trend. It's real. Because while you're debating whether you should start chasing greatness, someone else already is. While you're watching one more video, he's launching his business. While you're overthinking your next move, he's already 10 steps ahead. That gap, it widens every second. And soon, you'll be watching him live the life you once dreamed about. The car, the freedom, the respect. Not because he was better, but because he moved, because he felt the same fear and used it. That's the difference. You want success, but you want it without risk, without discomfort. That's not how this game works. You want to win? Then bleed for it, sacrifice for it, suffer with purpose. And yet, even in all of this, there's a fire inside you. I know it. Because if there wasn't, you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't care. That means deep down, you haven't given up. You're just stuck. And that's curable. But only if you act. Not tomorrow. Not after one more motivational video. Now this is your shot to snap out of the fog, to rise from the pit, to declare war on every wasted year and rewrite your story. You don't need perfect conditions. You need violent action. You need to embrace the chaos, lean into the uncertainty, and prove to yourself that you're not like the rest. 'Cause the truth is, you're not. You wouldn't still be listening if you were. So understand this. You don't have time to play small. Every second you hesitate, someone else advances. Every day you wait, your dream dies a little more. This world isn't going to slow down for you to catch up. You either become the force that shapes your destiny, or you become another forgettable name in the crowd. This is your moment. You're not powerless. You're not hopeless. You're just untrained and undisciplined. But that changes today if you decide it does. Because once you move with urgency, once you act with conviction, the universe doesn't ask questions, it submits. The world doesn't need another nice guy. It needs warriors, commanders, men of fire and intent. And I promise you, if you choose to become one, everything will bend in your favor. Because when you stop wasting time, time stops wasting you. You want to change your life? Then stop playing games with yourself. Stop pretending you need more time, better conditions, or some magical feeling of readiness that never comes. That's how losers think. You're not here to be comfortable. You're here to win. You're here to dominate. And the truth is, no one's coming to save you. There's no magical mentor, no perfect moment, no hidden shortcut. It's just you, your choices, your habits, your level of discipline when no one's watching. You don't need motivation. You need action. You don't need more information.